Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for joining me for a visit to Watkins Glen State Park, which is located in the Finger Lakes region of upstate New York. Okay, so I'm here in Watkins Glen, New York. We're gonna go check out Watkins Glen State Park. I think I could have parked for free, but we'll just go ahead and pay the day use fee. And I just drove 7 hours, so I may be a little discombobulated, but we'll see how it goes. So let's go check out the park. Here's a relief map of the gorge, and we'll go ahead and take a quick look at a map of the state park. Looking at the map, you can see that there are 3 main trails through the gorge. In the trail legend, you have the North Rim Trail, also called the Indian Trail, and we'll see that one shortly. The thick dashed line there is the Gorge Trail, the main attraction of the state park. And then there's the South Rim and Lover's Lane. We won't be seeing those trails. The Gorge Trail runs east to west. To the south, there are some campgrounds. Now, the Gorge Trail is only about 1.5 miles one way, so round trip it's about 3 miles. During 2025, the entrance to the gorge was closed for construction. However, that construction should be complete next year when the Gorge Trail reopens. The black dots with numbers there represent access points to the Gorge Trail from either the North or South Rim trails. So if you want to avoid the many stairs that are along the gorge hike, you can use either the North or South Rim to bypass certain areas that you may find difficult on the trail. Now with that look at the map, let's head on into the gorge in Watkins Glen State Park. Right away when starting the hike, you're greeted by a few of the 19 total waterfalls that you can see on the gorge hike, and they're really incredible. To visit the state park for free, you pay the entrance fee of $10 when you park. And on the side road that leads to where I parked, there are actually about 8 street parking spots that have a 2-hour limit. Make sure you read the signs closely, but if you're able to grab one of those spots on a slow day and you can complete the gorge hike in 2 hours, you can absolutely visit this park completely free. We'll take a quick detour on the Indian Trail, also known as the North Rim Trail. And again, you would use this trail to return or exit out of the park once you complete the Gorge Trail. And here's a little bonus tip. If you hike on this trail, keep an eye out because I believe that there is a little den that was made for chipmunks. Pretty neat. Getting back onto the main trail, let's continue along. This is all right. I'm the only person here right now in this section. That's pretty good. Another really good tip for visiting Watkins Glen is you can see these trails here can get a little muddy, and as we get farther along on the trail, it can actually get a little wet. So you definitely want to wear some hiking shoes or a pair of old shoes that you're okay getting dirty and wet. This is a really incredible sight to see here. It's like a, you're like in the Labyrinth movie. Now the gorge is made up of sedimentary rock. The Finger Lakes region was covered in ice back during the last
Ice Age. Over time, those glaciers carved out valleys that would go on to become the Finger Lakes. The closest lake to Watkins Glen is Seneca Lake, and that lake sits at a lower elevation than the gorge. So over many, many years, Glen Creek has cut through the sedimentary rock here as it flows down into Seneca Lake. As we meet the Central Cascade, which is another nice waterfall, we're now going to head to what I think is the highlight of the entire park, and that's Rainbow Falls. As we pass under the falls here, there you can see that's where an area where your shoes are going to get wet, but it's an incredible sight nonetheless. Two additional tips for visiting the park. You may have noticed on the map the Gorge Trail does close during the winter time, and that usually occurs sometime late in October and lasts until mid-May. So you want to visit the state park outside of those dates, and that is done because of ice building up on the trail during the winter. For the final tip, I think you're going to want to hike this trail as close to noon as you can so the sun will be at its highest point of the day, and that would be especially good for any photography. Because the gorge is so narrow, most of this trail is in shadow during the day, and hiking around noon I think would give you a little bit better light for photos. We'll hike up some more of the mini stairs along this trail, and now we're going to make it to the Mile Point Bridge. There's a hat somebody lost.
So this hike really, there ain't a lot to it. And I mean, this whole canyon, that's all amazing, okay? Like I said, it's like you're in Labyrinth movie, or I don't know what, any sort of like, you know, Hobbit, any sort of thing like that. But I mean, it's not like super lot of stairs, so I think maybe I'll do what they call it, Jacob's Ladder. I think I'll go up it and then come back down and retrace my steps all the way back. Let's see how it goes.
Once I got to this point, I realized the hike was a little bit shorter than what I thought it would be. Overall, I really enjoyed Watkins Glen State Park. Rainbow's Fall is a really spectacular sight to see, but because of how short the Gorge Trail here is, I think you're really going to have to visit this park as either a stop if you're passing through the area, or you're going to have to combine the state park with visiting something else in the region, such as maybe vacationing at Seneca Lake or visiting the Watkins Glen Speedway. And again, Watkins Glen is incredible, but the hike is just so short, I just don't think I can make it a destination park in my opinion. We're going to finish the video up here at Jacob's Ladder, which is the final test of the hike, I guess you could say. And you're going to see me laughing here at the end of the video because people told me these steps were pretty hard. I could see where maybe if you have mobility problems or something, you might have some trouble, but I really didn't have any difficulty with them at all.
Okay. Jacob's Ladder. Give me a break. Anyways, so I appreciate you for joining me for this short video on the Gorge Trail at Watkins Glen State Park. It's really an amazing sight to take in. Like I said, it's like you're in a like a fantasy novel or something. It's really amazing. If you've enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it so much if you'd please give me a like. Please consider subscribing if you want to see more videos like this, and turn on the bell for notifications. And with that said, I will catch you in the next video. Thanks and take care. Bye.